Hello everybody and welcome. Today, look what we've got. It's a 2.2 litre turbocharged diesel engine, or a D-turbo. So, it came in the post and not in Postman Pat's van, sadly enough. It came in a big lorry thing. And it's pretty awesome, and it's big, it's 2.2 litres, and it's turbocharged. Turbocharge. There we go. Well, it's 2.2 litres, and you don't really hear of a 2.2 litre four-cylinder engine. This thing runs, but I don't have a starter motor. Oh well. This is intake and exhaust side all in one, so that's why there's all these studs things. There's the front. Single overhead cam. Go around to the top here. Ooh. Diesel injectors. Diesel fuel pump thing, coolant going to the radiators. There's none. Alternator, and there's actually a diesel pump. Power steering pump is here. I think that's the intake manifold, I'm not sure. That's a tubey turbo bit. That's a turbo bit. This is an EGR valve, I think. Well, it has the word valve on it, or Valo. I'm guessing that's an EGR pump, or EGR valve thing. Well, I hope I'm right. And then we come to the turbo. This is a turbocharger. It's a single turbo, single screw turbo. Twin screw turbos are much bigger. This produces like 1.6 bar or something, I can't remember exactly. But look inside, you can see the wee mini fans. You see them? Mini fan. How turbocharger works is exhaust gases go in here through the intake. Hang on, that's wrong. Exhaust gases go in through the tubular things down to this here, then into this. The gases push the turbine round, going woo! It makes like a squealy, whizzy noise. It spins the turbine round, really, really, really fast, and then it comes out here, and it goes up this tube, into this, and into the EGR valve, I think that's what it is, into the intake manifold, and up into the head, and it pushes more air, and the air in as well as the fuel, and it gives you more power. I think this is like a 160 brake or something. 4-cylinder. That's a V8. That's a 6.5 V8 in the background there. Yeah, but it's 2.2 litres. That's a 160 brake or something, I think it was. It's got 84,000 miles on it, my friend told me. Let's take the dipstick out. Not very much oil left in it. This is full of diesel, I think. Yeah, probably is full of diesel, because diesel filter. The diesel filter's in there, and that's also where like the diesel goes, and then it goes into the injector rails and squirts down into the cylinder. And the firing order for diesel is 1, 4, 2, 3. Peugeot and Citroen engines, 1, 4, 2, 3. Volkswagen engines, 1, 3, 2, 4. BMWs, 1, 3, 2, 4. What else is diesel in it? forward are 1, 2, 3 and 4. What else? Audi are 1, 4, 3, 2. And so on and so on. You know what I'm getting. As long as the fire... See, the problem is the 4-cylinder is unbalanced because you have sister pistons. There's 2 in the middle here and there's 2 on the outside. The 2 in the middle come up and the 2 in the middle go down, and the 2 in the middle go down and the 2 in the middle come up, or 2 on the outside go up, and that's unbalanced. So that's why it needs this big harmonic balance, because there's rubber inside here that balances out and stops the engine from going. And from 4 cylinders, 4 cylinders are harmonically balanced. There's a harmonic balance on it. But a 6-cylinder and upwards, you don't really need to be, they're already balanced because of the number of cylinders and counts. It's really, really hard to explain. Well, it's not hard to explain, it's just that I don't want to bore you to death, but that's how it works. Like a V8 there, that's balanced because the pistons are in a V formation. Oh, you can tell someone's been clutch dumping. This is the clutch. This is the pressure plate, and then in here is the friction plate. And then this is the flywheel. It goes round, 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 round. And that helps the engine turn while it's not firing, and the starter motor will go here or here. But I don't have one, sadly enough, so oh dear. I think that's not a distributor because it's not petrol. I think it's something else. I can't remember. But I have the intake and the exhaust and turbo all taken apart there. I might break into a bit more. But you can tell someone's been clutch dumping because these here are a little bit wobbly and they should be rock solid until the thrust race. See, that's how it works there. There's a thrust race there, and that pushes these here, and that engages and disengages your clutch. So you could be sitting at traffic lights in first gear with the clutch in, so these here aren't touching anything, and then you dump the clutch, and off you go. It's also, I might pull the clutch off later and we'll see what it looks like. But I think my GoPro is going to run out of battery soon, so we'll maybe do that in another video. What else can we say about this engine? It's a very, very lovely engine. I like diesels. I like Peugeot engines. Peugeot engines are well made. The petrol ones though, I don't mind the petrol ones. The one thing I don't like about a petrol Peugeot is they don't have cylinders. They have sleeves of like, well, whenever I was in tech, I took apart a Citroen Peugeot engine and it had sleeves in it, and I didn't really like it. But petrol engines are good as well. I do like them. I like the diesels better, especially the D-turbo ones, because the turbos sound funnier on the diesel ones than the petrol ones, because they make much more of a whine. So yeah, it's 2.2 litres, it's turbocharged, it's diesel, so it's D-turbo 2.2. Whew! That's a mouthful to say. Anybody else say it? D-turbo 2.2. The intakes are very dirty. Well, the exhaust is actually very clean and not carboned up, because usually it'd be the other way around. The intakes would be all clean and shiny and lovely, and the exhausts would be all full of carbon. I guess not. This guy's been running this engine well. But all of the intake, exhaust stuff would all sit here and do all this work. It'd be lovely. There are all the spacers and stud bolts. That's also something that's part of the turbo holdy thing. I should put that turbocharger on my quad. A turbocharged quad. Ah! That could work. Not. What else could I say? I checked the timing. I took this cover off earlier. All the timing's perfect. I took the rocker cover off, all the valves, and the camshaft is lovely and well lubricated, and it looks like it has, it's not worn, but has had a fair bit of use out of it, but a wee polish up wouldn't go to harm. This block could do with a polish, but I'm sure. I think that's the engine number, 755456 or something. Oh no, this is the engine number here. Need to get that there. 9634963010. And I think that's the engine number. Probably is, we'll check that later. So that's the engine number. If you own one of these engines and you need parts for them, use that number. Oh look, it actually tells you whenever the engine was made. The 7th not there. It's 2003. I actually don't know. Is this the engine number or what is this? 07-34 207 03 0533. I think 0533 is the engine number, I'm not sure. Well, there's lots of numbers there. I'm sure one of them's the engine number. I don't know whether to pull the head off this thing because I actually quite like this engine and timing it is going to be a bummer. I don't know, we'll see. This is going to take me a few days to work on, and maybe we'll try and get it to start. I don't know. I don't have a starter motor, that's the only problem. That is my only problem, I don't have a starter motor. If I had a starter motor, I would have just hooked up the jumper cables to the quad battery and put the cables on the starter motor and started to spin it. But I don't know, unless I take the one off the V8, but I highly doubt that's going to fit. I'm not too sure what else. But this is the turbocharger, and it is actually, I would say I'll give it a fair brave bit of boost out of it. Well, I would like to hope so. The EGR valve, I think that's what it is. I can't remember. I think it is, but if it is, it's clean. And these tubey things are clean. That's dirty, the intake manifold. I think there's carbon in that. I'm not sure what it is. Might just be a wee simple blowout. Oh look, here's a nut loose. Did I tighten that one down? No. What does that even for? No. So yeah, this is a 2.2 D-turbo diesel. Good job. So please like, subscribe, and if you want more of this, comment. Bye bye.